my God. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Holy crap. So, we're going to talk about these floods that have been happening here in Texas, which is just absolutely insane. Got a guy here, Anthony Brian Logan. He's got some good stuff. I'll leave a link of his video in the description. But he's going to kind of cover some of these floods. And man, this is insane. People have died. 80 people have like died or missing in these freaking floods over the past few days.
Texas has taken at least 80 lives over the weekend. However, there is some good news here. Let's talk about it.
I hope so, because damn.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the devastating floods in central Texas at a place called Kerrville on the Guadalupe River, not far from San Antonio, which has claimed the lives of at least 80 people so far, and there are many more who are still missing. So to those who passed away, may you rest in peace. Prayers out to your families. To those who are still missing, hopefully you get found soon and you get found healthy. Now, there's a lot I want to say, but first things first, to those who want to point fingers talking about, oh, this is Trump's fault, this is these MAGA's fault because they want to cut this and they want to cut that.
There are people actually saying that? Are there real people actually saying that a flood happens in Texas and they're blaming Trump? I'm not surprised. If a meteor landed in Australia and destroyed half the continent, they'd blame Trump for it. I'm not surprised at all.
Please stop. Listen, this river rose 30 feet in under 1 hour.
Wow.
What are you going to do with that? Yes, there was warnings.
We should impeach Trump.
Yes, there was an attempt to prevent loss of life and injury and whatnot. But what can you do when you have a river that rises 30 feet in an hour? I've been in a flash flood before, and there's not much you can do. I'm just on the interstate, mind you, driving, and there's no rain. All of a sudden it starts raining, and the next thing I know, on the interstate, water is almost coming into my car through the bottom of the door. It's crazy like
it's
that.
Insane.
Mother Nature, planet Earth.
I've driven home after a massive flood, and it was so bad. I'm in this little bitty car, and I'm like, we're hauling it, and I'm behind a bunch of cars going so fast because I don't want to stay stagnant in water and then just drift off. So I'm like staying close behind them. All of a sudden, this massive truck passes me, and literally, I have my window rolled up, but there's like a crack in it because I had this really old car and I couldn't close it all the way. And this truck goes by me, and the water's so high that it comes up and fills into my car as I'm driving because this truck comes by me and pushes it up. That's how high the water was. So I'm driving, and then water just starts pouring into my car. Crazy. Nasty.
Is no joke. And you know what I gotta do? I gotta show you just how crazy this was so you get the full picture. This is gonna be a TikTok video. I'll link to it in the box if you want to see it here without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's roll this.
Hey, y'all. Oh my God. It is flooded out here in Central Texas. We just got a notice that we need to evacuate my apartment. Now, those of y'all that follow me, y'all know that I come out here on my patio often, and I show you where the deer and stuff are down there.
Wow.
But this is a river. We live in between two rivers, and this river is flooded. That is high. Like normally, I want to say that this is probably a good 12 feet above ground or more. Thankfully, we up here on the second floor, but the rain is continuing to come. It's supposed to rain all day, and it's getting pretty crazy.
So you see what's going on. I mean, what is normally a flat plain area with deer out there frolicking became a river. So what do you do with that situation?
Yeah, they're telling her to evacuate. There's no way, unless you got a boat.
Even with advanced warnings and weather, radar. It's only so much you can do.
It's Trump's fault, though.
So this right here, you got a bunch of girls who are rescued because there's a Camp Mystic, and unfortunately, a lot of those girls might not be alive, but they had a camp right by the river, and when the floods came, a lot of them got swept away in the water.
Oh,
but
man.
thankfully, a lot of them have been rescued, as you can see right here in this video.
That's good.
So thank God for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to the little girls out there. Hopefully they found all of them, but I know unfortunately some may not be able to be found because once that water starts flowing, there's only so much you can do.
Did you guys know that for most of the people watching YouTube videos, only a small percentage of those people are actually subscribed to those channels? But subscribing is really quick and easy. All you have to do is first to make a YouTube account, which is free, and then after that, go down to the video that you're watching, hit the like button, which goes a long way in helping out the algorithm, and then go over and hit the subscribe button. After you've hit the subscribe button, click the drop down arrow and click the option that says all, so that can notify you whenever a new video from this creator has dropped. Subscribing is free, and making a YouTube account is also free. It allows you to keep up with all of your favorite content creators, and of course it goes a long way in helping out my channel, and I really do appreciate it. So with all of that being said, back to the video.
There's only so much you could do in that water. Now, this young man right here is Scott Ruskin. He was able to help save 165 people on his very first mission. He is a Coast Guard rescue swimmer. Okay, so you can see he got a certification right by the pool.
Nice.
On his very first mission, he was able to save 165 people. A fantastic feat.
Yeah.
And they were able to get an interview with him over on Fox.
That's good.
All right, let's check this out. And of course, again, all my links, all my videos will be in the description. Check it out.
Out on scene, we were kind of battling with my crew on the 6553. We were kind of battling some pretty bad weather for maybe 5 to 6 hours before we were able to get on scene. Once we got on scene, we were boots on the ground. We made the decision to leave me there. We figured we'd be able to hoist more people out on our helicopter with me not on it, and then I'd be able to help out the scene at Camp Mystic a little bit better. Yeah, just a lot of people looking very scared, very tired, cold, missing loved ones, probably terrified, honestly. And I was just trying to be a voice of calm and triage these people and get them to safety as soon as we could. We got on.
Right on.
That's good. That's good. So there is good news in this. He's a hero, man. He should be recognized for that. That's awesome. Helping save those people. We need more of that. That's good. I like
so
that.
Again, Scott Ruskin.
Scott Ruskin.
Coast Guard rescue swimmer. He was able to help save a lot of people in a very short period of time on the ground. As you heard him say, he was not in a helicopter. He was on the ground triaging people, and you can see the grand total right there. 165 souls he was able to help rescue. God bless you, sir. God bless you. We need
Seriously.
a lot more of you in
No
this world.
joke.
Now, let's get to
I cannot believe how quickly this has just come about. Like, I heard rumblings and rumors of it over the past 24 hours, and now it's just like a massive catastrophe.
the news clip. This is going to be, what's this, NBC? Let's check this out right quick.
Oh, they're gonna blame Trump.
A desperate search and rescue mission is ongoing in the Texas Hill Country, where despite threats of even more rain, emergency crews are working around the clock to find 10 young campers among dozens still unaccounted for.
Wow.
Overall, the floods in Texas claiming over 80 lives. In Kerr County alone, 68 people are dead, according to officials,
Wow.
including 28 children.
I've seen it flood, but I've never seen it come up this high.
Some 400 first responders
That's
are now
horrible.
scouring the swollen Guadalupe River and its banks after a deadly and unexpected wall of water swallowed homes, RVs, and overwhelmed a summer camp over the.
I'm just like, how did this happen though? This is between two rivers. Did a dam break or something? I mean, did the water levels just rise so quickly and then it just bursted over on the flat land? I mean, is it actually below water level? And then once that stream finally broke through, all of the rest of the ocean just came with it? Nature, man, like, how did this happen?
4th of July weekend. Carl Jeter helped rescue a woman hanging onto a tree above the river.
Can you imagine?
After her car was washed away by the fast-moving waters below.
It's a miracle that she did survive.
One of the biggest challenges for crews digging through debris piles that could swallow whole homes or trucks in a split second.
That water, people kind of underestimate the water. They think, okay, it's just a regular rainstorm, water's on me, it's not really a big deal. But when that water, when there's so much of it and it's just moving, you can't stop it. It picks up everything. Homes, vehicles, any kind of land, dirt, tree, rock, everything is going to move when that water is moving.
My own mother watching as crews pulled multiple bodies from this pile on the banks of a river. Officials say Camp Mystic on the banks of the Guadalupe has 10 campers and 1 staff member still unaccounted for.
We will remain 100% dedicated, searching for every single one of the children who were at Camp Mystic.
The camp sharing, our hearts are broken, alongside our families that are enduring this unimaginable tragedy. Mystic's owner, Dick Eastland, died trying to save his young campers, according to his grandson.
Wow.
At Camp La Junta, a neighboring boys' camp, one cabin was seen floating away.
Everyone over there could hear each other.
That's terrifying. And these are teenagers. That is terrifying.
There's like cries and screams.
Officials say everyone there is safe and accounted for.
Oh, thank God for that. Oh my gosh. The whole house was... That is terrifying. These kids just lived through a nightmare, and some of them didn't, sadly. Oh my God. It's even on the 4th of July weekend, too. This is a nightmare.
The mourning the loss of its high school soccer coach, Reese Sunker.
He was just infectious, and he was a great coach, a great teacher.
The beloved coach lost to the flood alongside his wife. Their 2 young children still missing.
I'm sure he fought like hell to get the kids and his wife to safety.
Man,
President
that's
Trump
so sad.
issuing federal disaster assistance for the state.
God bless the state of Texas. It's an incredible place.
As the search continues.
You goddamn right it is. I wonder, this is MSNBC, I wonder if they're going to try to blame him before the end of it.
Officials warning the danger isn't over, with heavy rainfall threatening even more flooding today.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Savannah, being in one's hometown is certainly an experience that I could have never anticipated, covering a tragedy of this nature. And to your question, yeah, growing up here, I remember my father bringing me to the river's edge from a safe distance whenever the Guadalupe did flood, and you could just see the power of that water and what it could do. And in this particular instance, the thing I keep hearing from folks is this was the perfect storm, dropping so much rain in such a short amount of time in the head.
Wow, look, you see the time lapse? Hold on, let's go back a little bit.
That's the one I watched when we first played this video.
See the time lapse of how...
So that's what basically happened. This river running parallel to this town dumps so much water, water level rises so much, and then it just floods over, and then once that current starts flooding onto land, it just takes off, and that just flooded this whole area.
The water rose up.
From folks.
And again, 30 feet in 1 hour.
God!
That is just incomprehensible.
It is.
This was the
30
perfect
feet.
storm, dropping so much.
That's like easily 2 stories. Is that 3 stories? Oh my God.
Much rain in such a short amount of time in the headwaters of this river that what resulted was this massive surge, the likes of which, if you were caught in its path, there was almost nothing you could do to get out of its way. Today, complicating the efforts are these massive debris piles that line the river for mile after mile. We know that crews are digging their way through each of them, and unfortunately, we can personally attest to the fact that multiple bodies have been recovered. That will likely only add to a death toll that a few days ago would have been thought as unthinkable. And yet this worst case scenario continues to play out here in real time. City leaders asking everyone for prayers as they now enter day 4 of this tragedy that is very much continuing.
Yeah, so again, prayers out to everyone affected out there in Kerrville, Texas.
That's insane. Let me tell you something. If you are one of these people, and I haven't heard anything, but if you're a person and you are saying this is Trump's fault and saying that I cannot believe that there are people actually saying that. I need to look into that. But if that's true, you should go to hell, man. I'm sorry, but I mean, you know, it's funny, like the far left, they never let a tragedy go to waste. And whether it's a mass shooting at a school or a hurricane or whatnot, natural disaster, and if there are people out there who are actually somehow trying to blame this on Trump, you should go to hell, man. I mean, like, the bodies are not even cold. The bodies are still warm, you know, and this tragedy's still going on. And if any person is trying to use this as political leverage and talk about, like, well, this is Republicans' fault, or this is the far right, and you should go to hell, man. I mean, you are a horrible person. I've seen it before, man. It's crazy with, like, the gun shootings, like dead children and people, the bodies aren't even cold. And I'll see them, man. I don't get on Facebook much anymore, but I'll see them on there posting stuff, and they're just like, yeah, man, we need to implement laws and stop all those far right people from using guns. I've seen Christians do it. I'm a Christian, man. I'm trying to be a good Christian. I know I shouldn't tell people they should go to hell, but still, it's like, damn. And you know, it's like fellow Christians, and they're saying stuff. It's like, I'm so ashamed of what they're saying, like weaving in and out God of their conversations, like, God bless all of those poor families. By the way, Trump is the devil. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, can we not grieve together? Can we not just see this as a travesty, like a horrible thing? You know, can we not talk about politics for one damn second, or politicians, and just recognize this is really bad and just take a moment to breathe? Man, this is insane, and it came up so quick and just out of nowhere. Ugh, and the 4th of July weekend too. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel horrible. I'm a Texan. I live in Texas. I don't live in this area. I live in DFW. I don't live around this area. There ain't no major lakes or rivers or anything. Oof. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I know it's sad news. I know it is. But, man, you know, it happens. And now's the time for solidarity, you know. Now's the time to kind of gather together and be like, hey, look, regardless of where we're at on the political sides, like let's just kind of mourn together. You know, the silver lining in a catastrophe like this is it can draw people together. And so, I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Really goes a long way in helping out the channel. And till next time, guys.